So today we wanted to talk about Fast Track. Last week we talked about getting consultants over the line, right? Getting them to earn a check, to get a consultant, to get a customer, to attend an event, things that get them over the line, make it easier for them to stay than to quit. Today we want to dive a little bit deeper and talk about Fast Track. We're going to first talk about should we talk about the why first? Why Fast Track is so important?
Yeah, that's good.
Fast Track, and also along with that is the
getting started
videos. Really, those two things go hand in hand. But why don't you talk a little bit about the why we want people to do, why it's so important for people to do Fast Track?
I guess when I start my newbies off on getting started in Fast Track, it creates momentum. So they're doing actionable steps, and I think that really helps them to kind of get in the groove. We set goals. You know, if they just hit 4.2, they're going to definitely hit this $500 in sales. And then what do they get? And so these are conversations every 40 days, the next 30 days, and the last 30 days. You want to have those conversations with people, set goals with them to hit these goals so they can get their website free, or if they bring on new people, they're going to get a tote. And if they want to just go really big and do the whole elite thing, then they can get a really cool Ruby backpack and some other perks and benefits. So I think it's good to get them moving, but it does take conversations in between these. So
yeah, I think that we've been talking a lot about getting new people to do builder bonus or 4.2, 4 new deliveries, 2 new consultants in their first month. Because if they do that, we have a calculator we've developed and we put out there on Million Dreams team. If they do that, they're going to earn, we found about $300 to $500 their first month, which is huge. But that really goes hand in hand with Fast Track. If they do that, they're going to earn Fast Track, pretty much guaranteed, right? So then if they earn Fast Track, they're going to get all this other stuff that we're going to talk about here in a minute. So they really go hand in hand. It's the same conversation, don't you think?
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, you got to do 4.2, and oh, by the way, you got to do Fast Track too. It's really, you do one, you're going to accomplish the other.
Right.
Okay, so that's the why. It gets them off to a great start. It gets them to earn a check, to start getting some customers.
And they even get some points for Fantasy Getaway.
Yeah.
So that's exciting too for them. So that's another perk of Fast Track and getting started. Getting started, let me just back up on that. Getting started is just a series of videos, and they're going to get $50 in Thrive credits. So some free food right off the bat for watching some videos. To me, that's a great start, right? And then you move them right from getting started, move right into Fast Track. And then you keep that momentum going. Now they're doing actionable steps. And then you check back with them after the first 40 days. How did we do? What did you get? How many points did you get for the Fantasy Getaway? All that kind of stuff that excites people to move forward and keep on hitting their goals.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the how. That's the why. Why is so important? Get them started right. Get them some success in their first 2 to 4 weeks. And if they do that, they're going to be far more likely to stay around. Now, in the past, I would say we weren't that successful at getting our new consultants to do Fast Track, right? It was a struggle.
Yeah.
A few would do it, but it was a pretty low percentage. In the last 3 or 4 months, we've had a lot more success getting people to do that. Why would you say that is?
Well, we send an email out to them saying, hey, it's time to get started with, or welcome to the team, and here's your first assignment, getting started, right? And
yeah, so we send a series of about 5 or 6 emails over the first 2 weeks. And one of them, it's little things like, get your direct deposit set up, get your delivery set up, things like that. But one of them is start watching the Get Us Started videos. And then one of them is let's schedule a call and do the kickoff call. And in that, we talk about Fast Track, right?
Right.
So that's one thing we've done to start having a lot more success. Is it's a very methodical, systematic way of getting them going and doing a little something every day. And after about 3 or 4 days, scheduling that kickoff call and then going through that list, we have the kickoff call checklist in the in Million Dreams team. You can download that, and then that will let you go through that. And there's a copy you can send them, so they have a checklist, and hopefully that will help you take them through that and get them to have the success right off the bat.
Right.
So let's talk a little more about the how. So we talked about the why. Now, how do we actually do it? So I've kind of broken this flyer up into pieces. So first we have the first 40 days, and Lisa spends a lot more time on the getting started than I do. So I don't know it as well. So I may misspeak here. Correct me if I make any mistakes. But one thing I understand is you have the first 40 days. Even if you don't accomplish the first 40, you can still do the next 30.
Right.
Right?
They're independent of each other.
They're independent. So you don't have to complete the first one in order to do the second one.
Exactly.
Right? But the first one, I believe, is the most important one. So it's the first 40 days. The reason I think the others are 30 days, but the first one's 40. And part of that is because it adds up to 100 days, which sounds better.
Mm-hmm.
But also it gives them that little buffer of like the first week and a half, 2 weeks to get their starter kit and to get their feet on the ground before this thing kicks in. So they really have plenty of time. So the qualification, it used to be a lot more complex. It used to be deliveries and a combination of different things. Now it's just, they just need to process $500 in orders, right?
Right.
Doesn't matter if it's a delivery, a one-time order, even starter kits count towards that. So again, if they do 4-2, they're going to have more
easy.
than that. I mean, 4 deliveries and 2 consultant kits is going to be $600 or $700 at least if they're doing $100.
And I like to teach them that box of 4-2 just because that's the goal every month. After Fast Track, 4-2 is still our goal as a minimum to really just have activity that month. So I like to start them with that 4-2.
Yeah.
But,
so they just have to do 500 in sales, any type of sales, any combination of personal sales, and they get $90 in product credit.
Right.
Now this is in addition to the 25 they got from watching,
50.
or 50 for watching the Getting Started videos, right? So they're going to have $140 in product credit in their first 40 days for doing those 2 things. Then they get a month of the used to be the website, but it's also now website and Ruby Share. It's the technology package. So that's about $10. So $100 in value plus the 50. So $150 in value, really. Then, so they're not required to enroll a consultant in their first month. But if they do, they get a little bonus. And that is that they get the thermal tote and another $50 in Thrive credit for every consultant they add. And really, that's throughout, but including the first 40 and beyond. Right?
And who doesn't love a tote? I love a tote. I love a bag.
Yep.
So I love incentives like that.
Yeah.
So,
it's a cool tote. I mean, we have a couple of them. We use them all the time.
Absolutely. Right? And if you really wanted to go crazy, you can get that cute Ruby backpack and do the Elite.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
So guys, the first 40 days is so important. And I think one of the areas we struggled in the beginning was, where do you plug this Fast Track in? There's so many things coming in a new consultant. They're getting their starter kit. You're telling them it used to be do your first party. Now it's maybe reach out to 20 friends or whatever it is, all these different things. Oh, and by the way, there's also this thing called Fast Track you need to be working on. I really think if you simplify it and just say, look, let's get you 4-2, and if you do 4-2, you're going to get this, and here's all the things you're going to get. It's just another reason to do 4-2. And even if they fall short of the 4-2, because in your first month, the 2 consultants is probably the hardest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they do 4 deliveries, they're going to be pretty close to 500 in sales.
Yes.
Right? So maybe just a little more stretch and they'll be there.
Yep.
So it's very doable, and it gives them not only a good check their first month, but some credit, an extra month of the website, all these other things that really get them excited. So then after that first 40, there's the next 30, which again, you don't have to accomplish the first 40 in order to do the next 30. Even if they took a while to get started and they bombed out in their first month, they can still do it in the next 30 and earn some
Yeah.
free stuff.
So each one of those segments is separated. So think of it independently. And so that's, yeah, Jeff's right on that.
Yeah. So it's basically the same thing, another 500 in sales, and you get another $90 and another free month. So now they've got basically the first month you got free, then they got a second month. Now this is the third. So then they've earned 3 months of their technology package for free.
And also that back about a year and a half ago, we had to submit a form for people to get paid out on this. Now the computer tracks it all. So you don't have to worry about your downline and filling out forms and all that kind of stuff. It's all done for you. So, and they can see on their fast track, right underneath your profile pic on the back office is the fast track, and they can see how they're doing. So that is really, really awesome. So if you check in with them, just have them look at that and have them tell you what they're seeing for that report. So,
yeah. And then there's the last 30, which is the same thing again. It's just another 500. Again, if they just do 4-2 the first 3 months, they're going to hit all this. They're going to get all this extra stuff. So in addition to earning some pool shares, because they'll most likely hit ambassador,
double commission, points for fantasy getaway. I mean, there's all kinds of perks.
There's so many benefits
to this, but it does take emailing, texting, calling, seeing where they're at to make sure that you're on top of it and make sure that they understand what they need to do.
But if they do this in their first 3 months, they're going to get their website, their technology package. I don't even know now how much free product, but you got about $300. Yeah, about $100 a month, about $300 in product and the technology package, and then the other $50 for getting started videos. So you've earned about $350 worth of product. Then so it doesn't, Fast Track does not require enrolling any consultants.
Right.
But if you do, you get another $50 for every consultant. So if you did 4-2 and you enrolled 2 consultants each month, they would get another 100 in free credit each month. So now you're at $600 in product credit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so.
And I love that because the newbies, they want to taste this and get their hands on it. And so all this product is coming to them just for taking some actionable steps.
Yep. So the way I would position this is, look, new consultant, if you do 4-2 each month, not only are you going to earn probably $300 to $500 minimum, but you're also going to get another $200 in product credit, because you're going to get the 90 for doing Fast Track, and then if you do 2 consultants, that's another 100. So it's actually 190. So 190 times 3, $570. So not only are you going to earn $300 to $500 your first 3 months, but you're also going to earn $570 in product credit. Somebody does that their first 3 months.
Yeah.
They're locked in, right?
Yeah. They get what they have to do to go forward. It's all about, getting a few consultants, getting a few deliveries, and building that business and building your residual income to if you're working this part-time and you want to replace income like I did in the beginning, it was like, all right, I got to replace this income. I got to get this many deliveries and this many consultants to make that happen. So have some goals for them, have some goals for yourself, so that, and make sure it's just critical to follow up on this. Because I think if you just like, hey, do Fast Track, nobody's going to do it. You got to have conversations around it. So
yeah, I think that's the biggest change we've seen in our team is from, say, a year or 2 ago. It was just, oh, and by the way, there's this Fast Track. Here's the flyer. If you do that, you're going to get some free stuff. To being very intentional about it now and having a conversation about it and explaining it, what they're going to get, and how, look, you're just doing the things that will help you grow a successful business are going to earn this for you. It's just a nice bonus.
Right.
So then let's just quickly talk about Fast Track Elite, which is just doing a little bit more.
Yep.
So let's see. This is in your first, so you have the whole 100 days. This isn't broken up into 40, 30, 30. It's in the entire 100 days. If during that 100 days, you could do it all in the last week, or you could do it spread out throughout the 100 days,
Mhm.
right? If you do $2,000 in processed sales, so if you did what the minimum, that would be 1,500 because you do 500, 500, 500. So if
Right.
you just do another 500, then you're going to have $2,000 in processed sales. And then if you add 5 consultants, so if you did 4-2, you would have 6 consultants,
Right.
right? So again, if you do 4-2, you're gonna have this, right? You're gonna be there, and then what that means is you're gonna get some bonuses on top of everything they already got.
Yeah.
They're gonna get another $150 in product credit. They're gonna get this cool Ruby backpack, which I've tried to beg them to give me one, and they won't.
It's funny, we were on our way home from a trip, and we were on one of those shuttle buses that takes you to your car, and there was a girl sitting across from us with a Ruby backpack.
Yep.
And I wanted to say, hey, are you a Thrive Life employee? But we never got to talk to her. But it was a very cool bag. But that to me alone would be like, okay, I'm doing the elite because I want that backpack.
And then, so do you get another 3 months on top of the 3 you already earned of the technology package? I think that's what that says, right? So you've already earned 3, but now it says 3 months. So I think that means another 3.
I don't know. I think that's just 3 months free. Krista, do you know?
Sorry. I've heard another 3. It's an additional 3.
Okay.
So
that's
6 months. Okay.
That's the way I read it. Thank you for clarifying that. I told you I'm not that up on this. So yeah, 6 months, 6 months. And you guys, you have to have the website.
Yeah.
Especially in this day and age. If you tell somebody about this product and they say, oh, what's your website?
You got to have a website.
You got to have a website. So be able to get 6 months of that for free. Then you also get an elite rep, which is huge. You don't have to call the regular customer service number. You've got your own elite rep, and you're going to earn over $800. You're probably going to earn a lot more than that if you do 4-2 because it's going to double and everything. So they're going to put some nice cash in their pocket. So all of this combined, I feel like it's easier than ever. They've really simplified it.
Yes.
Where it used to be deliveries and other qualification. Now it's just simple. It's just process the orders, sign up the consultants. Again, if you just do 4-2, you're going to be there and you're going to get tons of free stuff. You're going to get, what did we figure? So 570 plus the 150, you're going to have $720 in free product, in product credit, the Ruby backpack, 6 months of your website, plus the month you got free for joining. So 7 months of free,
right? Which
is another $70.
And over $800 commission earnings. I don't know what that's
probably. I would say it's probably double that if you do 4-2 because you're going to double your commission. So
that is
because
true.
What we found is people are earning $300 to $500 in there. If they do 4-2 in their first month, 2-3, they're earning about that, and that's just in their new business. That doesn't include repeat orders, residual order. That's each month in new business. They're generating about $300 to $500 in commission. So they'll be off to the races and taste a little bit of success. And
it's a good program, and not everybody uses it. And it's great to get your people off to the right kind of behaviors again. This really motivates them to get in there and get their deliveries and get their consultants. So we highly recommend it.
Yep. Are there any questions? So
We're on Facebook Live. Hey.
Well, I thought we were on Facebook Live, but now it looks like it's frozen. We're not moving on that screen. So I don't know if the Facebook Live, I keep trying to do it on Facebook Live.
So any questions on Zoom?
Krista?
I don't have any questions, but I will tell you that Elite Representative is worth its weight in gold. I'm just putting my 2 cents out there.
Yes.
Just saying. If it is, that was the only prize, I would do it.
Yeah. The Elite Rep is huge. It's being able to contact directly to an elite representative who has been around longer. So they're probably a little bit more versed
Well, Brad
on
and Marty
things.
are just, I used to call them my fairy godmothers because they would just make magic happen, but I don't know what to call the guys. Fairy godfathers?
Yeah.
Do you
But
call
this is just, it's somebody that's assigned to you that you can contact if you need help with a customer issue, with a question you have, with something a team member's dealing with, all kinds of things. So it is huge. It's
huge benefit.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's about it. It's a short and quick one today. But thanks for joining us. Any final questions before we leave?
I have a final question.
Yes.
If you've been around a long time, could you do Fast Track again at some point, at any point?
No, unfortunately, no. They have reset it once or twice and let people do it, but I haven't heard anything about that. But yeah, I mean, it's a good thing to do just because it kickstarts your business, but you can't earn the rewards.
Okay.
It would be nice though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I want that backpack.
I know, I'm the same way. When I saw the one, we were in San Diego, like Lisa said, and I saw this girl with one. I'm like, I gotta have that backpack.
Yeah. So maybe we could bring that up on the board call, Krista,
Right.
and say everybody wants that Ruby backpack. So
maybe if it wasn't,
they will do it again.
and maybe if it wasn't all of the free product, maybe it was just, hey, do it and get a free backpack. Do Elite, because as a seasoned consultant, you ought to be able to do more than just the regular Fast Track. You ought to be able to do Elite. If you do Elite, let us earn the backpack. That would be nice.
So we'll put that on our
Sounds
notes.
great.
So Joanne, John Ann, sorry, that looks like it answered. I think Chris's question was the same as yours. Can you qualify for these things only when you sign up at the beginning? Yes, it is your first 100 days. After that 100 days, it's gone. But even if, like we said in the beginning, I'm not sure if you were on, but even if you're in the beginning and you miss the first 40 days, you can still do the second 30 and the second 30. So each of those segments is kind of standalone.
Yeah.
So let me just get my mouse back. I'll switch the slide back. So there's the first 40, next 30, next 30. Even if you didn't do the first 40, you could still do the next 30, or even if you didn't do the first two, you could do the last one. So each of those is a separate segment, but once those 100 days are over, then it is over.
Yep.
All right. Any other questions? Okay, a couple just extra things. This Thursday, hopefully you got an email, or I don't know if it's been posted on the Thrive Life Consultant Facebook group, but there is going to be a live broadcast. I think it'll be Zoom with Eric Morgan. And don't know exactly what it is, but it's always with Eric. It's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think it's called like Thriving in Isolation.
Yeah.
So we're all in our homes. And it'll just be fun. They're gonna have prizes, and maybe they'll have the backpack.
Maybe you can win a backpack.
Maybe I'll have to put a bug in his ear. Get some backpacks on there.
Yeah. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then also we are now doing a series of trainings for new consultants. We've created a new unit in our Million Dreams Team group called Startup Studio. And it's going to be a series of videos that focus on training a brand new consultant. It's going to be us. We did the first one on 4.2 and commissions and things like that last week. It's up there. But it's going to be Holly Hardy, Sherry Brower, Debbie Abbott, and Annie Robinson. And then we'll also ask other consultants who are successful in other areas to do trainings. But we're going to do a series of I don't even know if we have a number, 8, 10, 15, whatever it takes to cover all those things. And we'll be posting those recordings. They probably won't be live most of the time. They'll be recordings. Mm-hmm. But that's something that new consultants will be able to access. But it wouldn't be bad for seasoned consultants as well if they want to go back and just kind of go through the basics and jumpstart their business. It'd be a good way to do that. And also they should be familiar with it so they can send their new people through it. So that is now in a Million Dreams Team, and watch for updates on that. And then this summer, not Empower, we have that Ruby Rush At Sundance Resort in Utah. It's going to be a blast. They're not calling it a convention because it's unlike anything we've ever done before, but it's going to be a great event, and it's limited. They can only accommodate a few hundred people up there. And so if you are even remotely considering coming to that, you should get registered as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we will talk to you again soon. Bye.
Bye.